Mark here for another great Wisdom and Knowledge 5 podcast episode. And if you haven't checked out my latest podcast episode from last week with Chase Albert, he is a libertarian candidate who ran for president of the United States. He stands for humanity, peace, human rights, and resonates with, the vast majority of what people want to happen in the world. Anyways, this week I want to discuss our vastly changing world and what the future may look like. And I'm going to start out by showing you a clip of the movie Levels from 2024. And I am working on getting some of the, stars of Levels to come on as a guest to discuss this movie, the careers, what they feel the future will be like. Because, this movie is one that you really need to see. I rented it on my Amazon Fire Stick. I think it was on through Amazon, but you need to see this movie. And here is the trailer so you can see exactly what this movie is about and what I am talking about. So here we go.
I made you! And I unmake you.
There is so much this world can teach us.
Joe, if you're seeing this, something's happened to me. I need your help.
What is happening? I saw you die. I saw someone kill you.
There's the technology. The first digital universe. I found a way in.
Track him.
I'm fixing it.
Now, they're after you.
So what does that make me?
This is as real as anything I know. We're risking exposure.
We can flick a switch and you are gone like you never existed.
It's time for a reboot. Is this real?
And that really sums up just one of the many ways that the future may very well look like. Now, I know that there's people, who don't fully understand or don't think that this is what the future is going to be like, but I hate to say it. I mean, just look at how the way the world is shifting. Look at what's going on. I'm somebody who's, all about humanity, all about peace, human rights. And, when you see who, certain people, whether it be Trump or whoever it may be, is aligned with Musk, who's, all into this AI and into Neuralink and implanting your, brain with a chip, you look at, and I'm not singling him out because it's all sides. It's a global agenda. That's what they want. Now, people are, speaking out. They're taking a stand. They're standing for human rights. They're saying, we don't want this, but, it's a global agenda. And it's going to be very hard for this agenda to not be rolled out on humanity, especially when so many people are in the game of denial, or they're in, the game of, this candidate is my, way out of things, so to speak. I have to be political. I have to do this. Where there's people like myself and many others who aren't sucked into this, mind control, left versus right, blue versus red, game, or thinking that these people are their way out. First off, we have the power to think for ourselves. We have the power to be a light in this world. We have a power to, speak out. And yes, we get censored. People who stand for humanity, they get censored left and right. You stand for peace, you stand for human rights, you stand for love, they want division. And when you have a voice, when you say, I'm not going to be silenced, you're not going to let, them censoring you get to you. You're going to continue to speak out. You're going to continue to be a light in this world full of darkness. And as someone who does not play into the game, play into the, political show. If you want to be political, like I've always said, do your thing. That's not my thing. I'm here for humanity. I'm not here to, say, oh, this, that, the other, or say, hey, you have to, worship this camp, you have to worship that camp. No, it's to me, it's a game. That's my opinion, my thinking. It's a game. And if this is a game and you're someone like me, you don't want to participate in this game. You want to take a stand against it and just stand for humanity, human rights, stand for love, stand for what is, you know, everything that is good in this world, stand for, what, you know, we were put on earth to do, then, you know, all I can say is do whatever you feel is right. But this world is vastly changing. And with AI and technology, things are, ramping up. And the next goal, obviously, is Agenda 2030. And I will post in the notes what Agenda 2030 is. I will post the link to Agenda 2030 because, so many people are focused on wrong things that they don't understand what the future is going to look like, what's going to happen in the future, or what is more than likely going to happen in the future. Because we can't say for certain what's going to happen in the future, but there is UN Agenda 2030 that was, implemented by the United Nations to completely reshape our world. And we are on the fast track for that. And so people need to really comprehend what they are getting into. And sadly, at least here in the United States, and I'm sure it's the same in other parts of the world, they're relying on, whether it be Trump or the other side, or somebody is going to save them, that everything's going to be great, or they're also focused on, they're focused on things like, Trump is going to save the day and all these things. And then there's other people out there who are like, every single thing is going to go bad. Every single thing is going to go bad because Trump is elected. Well, things were bad when Biden was office. Things were, there was destruction, you name it. There was billions of dollars being funded for a genocide to wipe out humanity. Hey, and it was our taxpayer dollars. So, you have to realize what you are supporting and what you are standing for in life. And I stand for humanity. I stand for human rights. I stand for freedom, of course. So whatever you want to do your own thing, but you have to realize that our world is vastly changing. And to those who are in this Trump's going to save the day camp, look who he's aligned with. Musk, big time AI, big time technology, Neuralink. It's so obvious it's so obvious to a lot of people. But then there's these other people, nah, Musk's the greatest man on earth. Trump's the greatest man on earth. Come on. And if you want to think that way, that's your thinking. You're entitled to think that way, but you must know what you are getting yourself into, what you are actually thinking. We have the power to take a stand, to stand for human rights, to stand for peace, to stand for, you know, what is right in this world. And with the world so vastly changing, you know, it is rolling into a future just like this movie Levels said it is. Now, people can speak up all they want, they can stand against it all they want, but it is the way that the future is going. People are moving humanity towards this kind of future. And some people do it not knowingly, not understanding what they are following, what they are believing, and others, don't care. They just sit back and do nothing. As for me, I take a stand, I speak out as to what's going on in the world, the way that the future is going, and I strive to be a light. I strive to stand for peace, to, uh, care, because, that's what we're put on earth to do, is to be a light in this world, to care for others, to stand for what is right, to stand against destruction, to stand against, you know, uh, things that aren't right that's going on in the world. So as we move into this future, we need to realize what we are getting ourselves into and what we are, quote unquote, signing up for, because that is what is going to happen in the future. And I encourage everyone to, do their research, to stand for what's right, and to be a light in this world. And we can't, live in uh, the mindset thinking of doom and gloom, or this is going to happen, that's going to happen. But we have to be alert. We have to realize what we are getting into in the future, and that's what it takes. And that's why I, do this podcast, and why I speak out on social media like TikTok and other platforms, where I stand for humanity, I stand for human rights, I stand for peace, I stand for everything that is good in this world, in this vastly changing world, you know. So much love to everyone who, is tuning in to these podcast episodes. I'm looking forward to bringing you more great guests, especially after the holiday season and in the new year. As we move into the future, we must realize, what uh, our future could potentially look like. And we must find a way to find common ground, to unite with all of humanity, to, take a stand and to be a light in this world. And that's what it takes. So I really appreciate everyone tuning in. I wanted to keep it, quick this week. And I look forward to bringing you more great episodes, with guests from all over the world who share their experiences, talk about what is going on in the world, talk about the future, you name it, because the future is vastly changing, and we need to accept this, and we need to, do what we can to be a light, and to, take a stand. So for Wisdom and Knowledge 5, please be sure to subscribe wherever you are, tuning in to this. I'm on Spotify, YouTube, and other platforms, as well as, I post daily videos on TikTok and also Instagram under Wisdom and Knowledge 5 podcast. Much love to everyone tuning in. I hope you enjoy your holiday season. I'm sure I'll bring more content before, the holiday season is over. And for Wisdom and Knowledge 5, stand for humanity and peace.